This is the High School Crossfire. Welcome back.
Thank you, Pano. Pano, what Team Negators failed to analyze in this case, or what they failed to identify, is we Team Farmers trying to find a solution for unemployment. They come with cases like empowerment, they come with cases like job creation, and they come with cases like group loans. But Pano, tell me, what hasn't the government done? What hasn't the government put in place for these people to attain jobs? The government created hands-on vacation things for these people to get skills in order to be employed. The government allowed vocational schools to operate in Uganda for these people to get employed, but still unemployment has gone on increasing day by day. But now we believe right now 87% of the youth are unemployed, yet they have graduated, they have finished up education, and they have invested in education, but they are unemployed. Why? It's caused by the government due to the delegates of we leaving these people who are old in age, or these people who are 60 and above in age, to work in these offices. That's why we are saying we are limiting the age of retirement, putting it to 45, so that the people in 20s and 30s can get jobs. But now they are saying the standard age of education, or the standard age of finishing education, is 25 to 20, is to 25 to 30. But we believe someone finishes education 22 to 28 years. That's when someone finishes education. So we provide you 18 years of you working for your family, and we give you some pension around. That's what we say, the pension transfer system, as my first speaker told you. We believe that people, if they retire, we give them pension as team government. We believe that every year, if someone is retiring, they give him some amount of money as a token of appreciation for the period you've been working. If these people are very vigilant enough, at 45 years, if you are a civil servant and you're done working with the government, you've retired, you're able to begin up any other business, you're able to begin up any other structure that will help solve unemployment in Uganda. But Pano, what Team Negators again failed to analyze in such a case, that unemployment is rising at a high case in the youth, not at the elder people we are talking about. Because right now, most of the youth are unemployed, yet they are the people with manpower, they are the people with young brains to think, they are the people with energy to work, but they have failed to analyze that. Then Pano, we come with points like skill transfer. We tell you about job creation, which I'm already explaining about. Now let me talk about the skill transfer, Pano. Pano, we believe that skill transfer right now, these people have attained, their graduates have attained education, they have their skill, but they don't have the area to practice their skill, or they don't have the practicability of their skill. And these people are old in age. However much they also have that skill, but let them leave ground for these people to also work, because at 45 years, you have attained a woman, you have attained children, and you have attained something like shelter. So we believe that this one, who is just a graduate, he needs to build up his life, he needs to build up his legacy. Then Pano, we shall talk about pension system transfer. Pension system transfer, Pano. We believe that at the age of retirement, the government provides pension to each and every person. So we believe that these people at 45 years, they won't suffer at all, because they are being given pension, yet they are not working. So it's a token of appreciation. So we shall be giving pension to the people who will be retiring. Then Pano, it's recorded that most of the universities giving out 30 students per year, yet these people are not finding employment. It's caused by the government, because the government has not yet limited that age. But when we tell you our work plan, if it works, in 3 years to come, unemployment will be solved, because it's a matter of urgency. When the youth are not employed, one, it will increase the crime rates in Uganda, because we believe an idle mind is a devil's workshop. So let's first find employment for the youth, then we shall bring back the old age later. Then Pano, they come about and say that this is caused by literate and illiterate. But Pano, we believe we have given everything to the people, we have educated people, we have sensitized people. So there is no need of Team Negators coming up and saying that unemployment is caused for illiterate and literate people. Pano, allow me rest my case.
All right, I'll get started. Now, to begin with, we are going to look at the status quo, because what you will see from the affirmative table, they tell us that everything has been done by the government, but then there is nothing that has been yielded on table. They talk about things like the parish development model and the hands-on curriculum that has been brought up on board, but they tell us all this is effective. But if you had to look at this clearly, we see when they talk about that the new best curriculum, it has just come 2 years before. When we talk about the parish development model, it's only 3 years old. But now they tell us all this has been brought up on board, but it has not worked out. We wonder where they get this information. But the reality of this is that the government has brought up all this on board because they see that what has been happening initially has not been effective. They decide to come up with the parish development model and the hands-on based curriculum. But then for the parish development model, it comes under microfinances. So the government has also looked at this as an eye-opener, and they have looked at this, that education or providing very many graduates won't get employment opportunities from this. What we need is empowerment, and how we can empower people is through this parish development model that comes under the microfinances. That's how their case is largely relying on ours. I'll come to you, Honorable. Then secondly, when you look at their plan, they are looking at the people that are educated, and they think that only people that are educated in the community are the ones that are supposed to get employment opportunities. So they are trying to say that if Uganda has 45 million people and it has 20 million educated people, so the rest of the population should not receive employment opportunities. But we tell them that, hey, look here, under our plan of empowerment and under microfinance institutions, we are catering for all people from all areas, whether educated or not educated. We are going to carry out employment opportunities for all these people, which is not happening in their plan. Because when you listen to their plan, they are trying to carry out employment for the people that have attained some level of education, leaving out other members of the community and other members of the country. But in our plan, we look at empowering each and every citizen by providing the necessary loans and skills so that all the countrymen and women can get empowered in this case. I'll take it, let it be so fast.
What's the solution to the group loans you're talking about? Are they beneficial or they will take us under debt burden? The group loans you're talking about, are they beneficial or they will take us under a debt burden of people starting to hang themselves because they have
Honorable,
loans?
I not get that clearly. My next speaker will talk about that because you're not being clear. I'm sorry about that. So now, we are talking about empowerment, and I was saying that we are going to create empowerment for all people in the country, all the countrymen and women, not looking at the groups of people that have attained some level of academics or qualifications. Now, they talk about 30,000 people that have been graduating from different universities in the country, and they say that all these people are empowered. Let us go about this together and let us make it practical. Is it that all the people are going to retire at the same time in government? Of course, it's not practical, which means that the 30,000 that are graduating are not going to get these jobs automatically. So what we need is to empower these people financially through the microfinances, and as our first speaker talked about this is how microfinances work. They empower you, they give you the loans, they carry out follow-up, and they teach you on how you're going to this amount of money. You provide these soft loans, and they are given back at small interests, unlike the commercial banks that give very high interest. So this is the practicability of financial of microfinances, and this empowerment is that we are not specifying in a certain group of people, but we are empowering all people as a general, whether educated or not educated, whether old or young. All people are going to benefit from this program. So when it comes to empowerment, all people, we are not going to dislocate the available jobs. When they say their plan, they say they're going to employ, people are going to retire at the age of 45, which means they are going to, two people who are at a young age are going to get jobs, but then the elderly are going to lose jobs. In the long run, they are creating unemployment, which never happens in our plan. We are looking on how we can cater for all people, both the youth and the elderly, through empowerment, and all people can get jobs. But in their plan, they are now creating employment, and in the long, they are trying to say something is good, but more of it is bad. So they are taking away jobs from some people in a way of creating jobs for some other people. So I think empowerment is an effective plan because it caters for the whole population and is workable to all people. Allow me to rest.
This is the High School Crossfire. We'll be back in a minute.